The modern entertainment landscape is frequently defined by moments of collective anticipation, where the intersections of cultural influence, high-profile relationships, and the intense gaze of global media converge to create events that captivate millions. In an era dominated by instantaneous digital communication and the rapid dissemination of celebrity culture, certain milestones transcend the realm of personal celebration to become monumental phenomena shared by a worldwide audience. The atmospheric build-up to these massive cultural intersections often begins not with grand public announcements, but with subtle, carefully curated glimpses into the private worlds of the individuals who occupy the very center of public fascination. It is within these quiet, seemingly ordinary moments, a fleeting image captured in the transient space of a vehicle en route to a highly anticipated gathering, or the meticulous selection of an elegant wardrobe designed for a private evening, that the true scale of an impending cultural event begins to crystallize for the public. For observers and enthusiasts who follow the intricate trajectories of contemporary icons, these initial reveals serve as the crucial prologue to a much larger narrative, igniting a wave of speculation and drawing viewers deeper into a story that promises to define the current cultural moment. As these narrative threads begin to weave together, they create a palpable sense of excitement that ripples across social platforms and media outlets alike, reminding audiences of the unique power that these global figures possess to unite diverse groups of people in shared anticipation. Before delving further into the intricate details of this developing narrative and exploring the deeper context surrounding the individuals involved, viewers who wish to remain informed on the latest developments in global entertainment culture are encouraged to subscribe to the channel, ensuring they never miss an update as this unfolding story continues to captivate audiences worldwide. The art of modern celebrity storytelling relies heavily on this gradual accumulation of detail, where every public appearance, choice of attire, and choice of venue is scrutinized for what it reveals about the larger event on the horizon. This collective fascination is not merely about the superficial elements of glamour and status, but rather about the profound human connections and lifelong friendships that endure beneath the relentless glare of the public spotlight. When individuals who have spent decades navigating the complexities of immense fame come together to celebrate major life milestones, the occasion takes on a significance that resonates far beyond the immediate circle of attendees. It becomes a reflection of shared histories, mutual support through periods of intense public scrutiny, and the enduring strength of personal bonds in an environment that is often characterized by transience and rapid change. The atmosphere surrounding such gatherings is invariably charged with a unique energy, blending the intimate warmth of long-standing personal relationships with the grand scale of an event that commands international attention. As the evening progresses and the participants gather in iconic spaces that have historically hosted some of the most significant moments in entertainment history, the boundary between the private celebration and the public phenomenon begins to blur. The choosing of specific locations, noted for their historical weight and architectural grandeur, further elevates the stature of the event, signaling to the world that what is transpiring is not merely a routine gathering of affluent individuals, but a historic convergence of cultural forces. Analysts and cultural commentators frequently point to these moments as indicators of broader trends within the entertainment industry, where the personal lives of major figures become deeply intertwined with public spectacle, creating a multifaceted narrative that engages audiences on emotional, aesthetic, and social levels. The meticulous planning required to execute an event of this magnitude remains largely hidden from view, yet its effects are visible in the flawless execution of every detail. From the security protocols designed to maintain privacy to the highly curated guest lists featuring the most prominent names in contemporary culture. This careful balance between absolute exclusivity and strategic public visibility ensures that the event remains both a deeply personal milestone for those involved and a compelling high-stakes narrative for the global audience watching from afar. As the first phase of this extraordinary gathering gets underway, the anticipation only intensifies, setting the stage for subsequent revelations that will fully expose the core of the event and provide a comprehensive understanding of its broader cultural impact. The viewer is thus invited to step into this heightened atmosphere, where the glamour of the present moment is deeply rooted in years of shared experiences and the profound significance of enduring companionship amid the pressures of global stardom. The atmosphere of quiet anticipation quickly transformed into a state of intense global focus as the specific details of the exclusive gathering began to surface, revealing the true scale of the event taking place within the historic confines of Madison Square Garden. This iconic New York City landmark, traditionally known for hosting massive athletic competitions and legendary musical performances, was transformed into an intimate sanctuary for a select group of approximately 100 close friends and family members who gathered on a Thursday evening. The occasion was the rehearsal dinner for the highly anticipated wedding of global pop icon Taylor Swift and professional football star Travis Kelce, an event that had already captured the imagination of millions around the world. As the evening commenced, the sheer concentration of high-profile personalities arriving at the venue created a palpable tension outside, while inside the focus remained on celebrating the profound personal bonds that connect these individuals. Among the most prominent arrivals was the 33-year-old singer and actress Selena Gomez, whose lifelong friendship with Swift made her presence an absolute certainty for such a monumental milestone. Gomez provided the public with its first tangible connection to the secretive event by sharing a series of intimate selfies captured from the back of her vehicle while navigating the bustling streets of Manhattan en route to the historic venue. These images immediately ignited an intense wave of analysis among fashion enthusiasts and cultural commentators, who recognized that every element of her appearance had been meticulously curated to honor the significance of the occasion. Wearing an elegant black floral lace dress that perfectly balanced classic sophistication with contemporary style, Gomez showcased a look that was both deeply personal and universally resonant. The sophistication of her attire was further elevated by her choice of exquisite fine jewelry from renowned designer Fernando Jorge, specifically selecting pieces from the highly coveted Flickr collection. Her accessories included a pair of drop earrings featuring nearly 2 carats of brilliant pear-cut diamonds valued at approximately $29,000, which were flawlessly complemented by a matching ring from the same collection worth an estimated $11,000. This display of high fashion was paired with a sophisticated beauty look, characterized by dramatic smoky eyeshadow and a subtle, glossy lip color that industry insiders quickly recognized as an unreleased product from her own highly successful brand, Rare Beauty. The deliberate choice to debut this forthcoming product at such a high-profile gathering added an intriguing layer of entrepreneurship to the evening, demonstrating how personal milestones and professional endeavors frequently intersect in the lives of modern icons. The exclusive nature of the rehearsal dinner meant that Gomez was surrounded by an extraordinary assembly of creative talent and cultural elite, all of whom had gathered to support the couple ahead of their massive public celebration. The guest list for this intimate evening read like a definitive registry of contemporary entertainment royalty, highlighting the deep networks of friendship that sustain these public figures behind closed doors. Celebrated music producer and longtime creative collaborator Jack Antonoff was in attendance, representing years of shared artistic triumphs and deep emotional camaraderie with the bride. Joining him were prominent figures from the worlds of cinema, fashion, and sports broadcasting, including acclaimed actor and director Bradley Cooper, international supermodel Gigi Hadid, and renowned television personality Erin Andrews, among several other notable individuals. The presence of such a diverse yet close-knit group underscored the unique cultural position occupied by Swift and Kelce, whose relationship has effectively bridged the historically separate realms of global pop music and professional American sports. This intersection of industries has created a narrative that appeals to an incredibly broad demographic, making their upcoming wedding one of the most widely discussed cultural events of the decade. The complexity of organizing a gathering of this magnitude within one of the world's most famous arenas cannot be overstated, requiring a massive logistical effort to ensure total privacy and security for the high-profile attendees. Madison Square Garden was effectively transformed into a fortress of luxury, with private entry points and heavily secured spaces allowing the guests to celebrate away from the relentless pursuit of paparazzi and public crowds. This temporary sanctuary provided the perfect setting for the couple and their closest confidants to reflect on the journey that brought them to this definitive moment, sharing stories, toasts, and laughter in an environment of absolute trust. For Gomez, the evening carried an even deeper emotional weight, as media outlets had exclusively confirmed earlier in the day that she would be serving as a bridesmaid in the main wedding ceremony scheduled for the following evening. This prestigious role reflected the decades-long bond between Gomez and Swift, a friendship that has endured through the highest peaks of global fame, personal challenges, and the constant, often invasive scrutiny of the international media. The depth of their relationship had been publicly demonstrated less than a year prior, in September of the year 25, when Swift attended Gomez's own spectacular wedding to music producer Benny Blanco, wearing a stunning gold Oscar de la Renta gown adorned with intricate floral appliques. The reciprocity of these gestures highlighted a rare and enduring loyalty within an industry often criticized for its superficiality, providing a grounding emotional core to an event that might otherwise be overwhelmed by its own immense scale. As the rehearsal dinner progressed into the late hours of Thursday night, the focus naturally began to shift toward the immense celebration planned for the following evening, July 3rd. The contrast between the intimate 100-person gathering at the rehearsal and the massive spectacular party planned for the actual wedding day created a dynamic sense of narrative progression, with each phase of the weekend raising the stakes higher. The public, fueled by the brief glimpses provided by Gomez and the rolling updates from entertainment journalists, found itself locked in a state of heightened fascination, eagerly anticipating the visual spectacle and emotional resonance of the main event. Every detail revealed during the rehearsal served to amplify the collective curiosity regarding what the bridesmaids, the groom, and the bride herself would wear for the formal ceremony, transforming the upcoming date into a defining moment for contemporary fashion and celebrity culture. The tension between the private joy of the couple and the public demand for information reached its absolute peak as midnight approached, setting the stage for a historic celebration that would fully reveal the profound impact of this union on the modern cultural landscape. The final transition from the intimate gatherings of the rehearsal evening to the grand visual spectacle of the official wedding day marked the culmination of a narrative that had captured global attention for months. As the calendar turned to July 3rd, the city of New York became the epicenter of an unprecedented cultural celebration, where the deeply personal commitment between Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce was elevated to a historic milestone in contemporary entertainment history. The sheer scale of the main event, hosted at the very same iconic venue that had shielded their closest companions the night before, represented a masterful orchestration of art, logistics, and genuine human emotion. For the thousands of fans gathering outside the perimeter and the millions watching across digital networks, the day was not merely about the convergence of pop stardom and athletic excellence, but about witnessing the enduring power of lifelong journeys intersecting at the highest level of public visibility. At the heart of this unfolding masterpiece stood the wedding party, a carefully selected group of individuals whose presence symbolized decades of shared trials, triumphs, and unwavering mutual support behind the closed doors of global fame. The role of Selena Gomez as a primary bridesmaid took on a profound significance during the formal ceremony, serving as a living testament to the rare longevity of her bond with the bride. Having navigated the volatile landscape of child stardom, massive musical success, and intense media analysis together, their presence side by side at the altar represented a triumphant celebration of resilience and authentic friendship. Fashion analysts who had spent the preceding hours dissecting Gomez's pre-wedding wardrobe were treated to a breathtaking display of classical elegance as the bridesmaids finally debuted their formal attire, setting a monumental standard for modern bridal styling. The aesthetic synergy of the entire event reflected a meticulous attention to detail, where every fabric choice, floral arrangement, and musical interlude was designed to tell a story of romance that had successfully bridged two entirely different worlds. The journey of the groom, Travis Kelce, from the high-stakes battlegrounds of professional sports to the pinnacle of global pop culture prominence, was celebrated by an array of figures who highlighted the unique crossover appeal of this historic union. Teammates, athletic executives, and sports personalities stood alongside icons of the music industry, creating an extraordinary demographic blend that had never before been witnessed at a private celebration of this nature. This unique synthesis of industries provided a fascinating commentary on the evolving nature of modern celebrity, where the boundaries between distinct cultural realms have completely dissolved, giving rise to multidimensional narratives that resonate across diverse audiences worldwide. The emotional core of the ceremony was defined by the exchange of vows, a moment that managed to feel remarkably intimate despite the grand architectural surrounding of Madison Square Garden, and the immense weight of global expectation pressing in from the outside. Observers close to the couple noted that the speeches delivered by family members and close friends, including emotional tributes from longtime creative partners like Jack Antonoff, focused heavily on the authenticity and grounding nature of the couple's relationship. These narratives emphasized how, away from the stadium lights and the stadium-sized concert stages, the bond between the two was built on a shared work ethic, deep family values, and a mutual understanding of the unique pressures that come with occupying the absolute peak of their respective professions. As the formal ceremony concluded and the massive celebration transitioned into an evening of spectacular entertainment, the historical weight of the event became fully realized by all in attendance. The grand party featured legendary musical collaborations, stunning visual displays, and a celebration of contemporary culture that will undoubtedly influence bridal trends, fashion designs, and public narratives for years to come. The legacy of this weekend extends far beyond the immediate joy of the couple, serving as a definitive cultural marker for the era, a moment where the private lives of two global icons became beautifully intertwined with a shared public celebration. For the individuals involved, particularly the close circle of friends who had stood by them through every phase of this journey, the event was a powerful reminder that despite the transient and often overwhelming nature of immense global fame, the most meaningful milestones are those celebrated in the company of those who have known you the longest. As the lights of the historic venue eventually dimmed and the global audience began to process the massive wave of imagery and emotional resonance generated by the weekend, the story reached its natural, triumphant conclusion, leaving an indelible mark on the cultural history of modern entertainment.